Good afternoon. We want to thank you all for gathering here this afternoon in support of our Congressman, nominee for the Democratic Party, Congressman Adriano Espaillat. Quiero darle las gracias a cada uno de ustedes por darse cita esta tarde a apoyar el candidato demócrata nominado al Congreso de los Estados Unidos, nuestro congresista Adriano Espaillat. At this moment, I want to welcome our Manhattan Board President, Gerald Brewer.
Thank you very much, Manny, and I want to thank Congressman Espaillat and former Congressman Charles Rangel. It is wonderful to have them both here. I can say we all know that the Congress is very hard to navigate, but we have a fabulous navigator in Congressman Espaillat for El Barrio, for the East Harlem, Washington Heights, and the Bronx. And he has navigated the health, the housing, the environment, and everything that makes a difference for the neighborhoods that he represents. And I know that Congressman Rangel feels the same way. We're all here to say thank you to the Congressman. He even got money for Lakeview Michelada. Big deal. So I'm here just like everybody else to say thank you. We have a lot of work, but we will keep working to make sure that the issues that Congress cares about that are democratic get their full due here in the city of New York. Thank you very much, Congressman Adriano Espaillat.
Thank you, Gail. At this moment, I want to welcome our local Assemblywoman, Inez Dakin.
Listen, hold up. We're here today in support of our congressperson who represents the entire congressional district, Adriano Espaillat. We stand here proudly in El Barrio as we stand with district leaders such as Peggy Morales, as we stand with my colleague, Assembly Member Robert Rodriguez, as I stand with my borough president, Gail Brewer, and the predecessor for this seat, our congressperson, Charles Rangel. We're here today to show a united front, to say that you are our congressperson. We stand here and we recognize the work that you've done. As Gail said, brought money to Lakeview that was badly needed and had not been done before. This man did it. So give it up. This is encouraging for him. So I am very happy as I stand with Lloyd Williams from the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce, as I stand with District Leader Curtis Holler from the Upper West Side, as I stand with Jeffrey Eaton from the NAACP. We stand with our state committee persons such as Londell Davis. And we say thank you, Congressman. Oh, and my colleague in the Assembly, Al Taylor. And all of the advocates that say thank you, we're with you, you represent all of us, and we will stand together. Thank you.
At this moment, I want you all to help me welcome our local Assemblyman, Robert Rodriguez.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with the Congressman, Adriano Espaillat, and our previous Congressman, Charlie Rangel. East Harlem El Barrio owes them both a debt for their service. The recent debt that we've incurred on Lakeview, for all the hard work that you put in there, and certainly the decades of service from our Congressman. So I want to thank you and stand here to proudly endorse our Congressman in his efforts moving forward. Yo soy el asambleísta Roberto Rodríguez y tengo que dar gracias al congresista que tenemos aquí, porque él es un luchador. Ha luchado para nosotros para asegurar que recibimos fondos para viviendas accesibles que se llama Lakeview, que está mencionado varias veces. Y yo sé que como un luchador para nuestra comunidad, él va a seguir luchando para asegurar que recibimos fondos para nuestros hospitales como Metropolitan, que necesitan ayuda de parte del gobierno federal. Y también que él sigue como representante para nuestro barrio y nuestra comunidad aquí en el barrio. Así gracias a él. Y ahora estoy placinando a Adriano Espaillat.
Thank you.
Now help me welcome my friend, Assemblyman Al Taylor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Very brief. He's a reverend. I didn't preach today. No, I'm excited to be here with so many folks that represent New York City. There is no division when it comes to New York City. We're progressive, and everybody's here from East Harlem, Spanish Harlem, West Harlem, Harlem itself, and I'm so glad to be here to officially say you have my endorsement. I'm proud to stand with so many here and so many that can't even get in the door. We give you a mandate that you represent a group of people from New York City, the burial of the Bronx, and we have your back. And I know Councilman Perkins is here as well, but thank you so much, Congressman. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. At this moment, I want to welcome Councilmember Bill Perkins.
How else did I get here? So, needless to say, it's a great moment for El Barrio and Nueva York. And it's a good moment for this community as well as for the whole city and state of New York. One of New York's finest is here to declare his leadership, to follow in the footsteps of Congresista Rangel. And at the same time, work together with his experience and his commitment to make sure that everybody, not only in this community, but in our city, gets his fair share. So thank you very much for your commitment. Good working with you over the years.
Thank you, sir.
And now, help me welcome from the Bronx, Senator Gustavo Rivera.
Muy buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everyone. Now, I'm from the Bronx. I know I'm in East Harlem, but I'm from the Bronx. But what you need to look around and you need to see that you got the Bronx here, you got East Harlem here, you got Washington Heights here, you got black folks here, you got Latinos, Mexicans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. That is who comes around this grand giant man, and of course,
White folks too.
The white folks too. We like white folks. We like white folks. All of these folks are coming together to unite around this great man, because the fact is, although I will admit I did not want him to run for Congress because I wanted him in the Senate, I was wrong. He was supposed to be in Congress, because with the battle that we have to wage right now, we need a damn warrior, and this is a warrior right here. Señoras y señores, yo soy del Bronx, sé que estoy en el barrio, pero para que se sepa que estamos aquí del Bronx, del barrio, de Washington Heights, estamos las personas latinas, los mexicanos, los dominicanos, los puertorriqueños, la gente negra de Harlem, los blanquitos también, porque ella los representa a todos ellos. Y todos nosotros estamos aquí juntos para decir en una voz que estamos unidos con este señor, porque aunque yo honestamente no quería que corriera para el Congreso porque lo iba a extrañar en el Senado, yo estaba equivocado. En estas batallas que se están dando ahora necesitamos un guerrero, y este señor que está aquí es un guerrero. Que viva Adriano Espaillat. Para adelante que
el otro del Bronx. El otro del Bronx, el asambleísta Víctor Pichardo. Simplemente quiero añadir mi voz con todos mis colegas a este tremendo señor. Primeramente, el Congreso se dice que son parte de los chequeos y los balances del gobierno federal. Ahora, los republicanos del Congreso no están chequeando lo que está haciendo el presidente Trump. Eso es la verdad. Necesitamos a alguien que sigue chequeando. Él es el primero que le dice y le chequea lo malo que está haciendo. Y nosotros necesitamos no solamente mandar a este señor de nuevo para el Congreso, pero también llegar a una mayoría demócrata para que nosotros podamos chequear lo que está haciendo el presidente Trump, para que no le sea siguiendo siendo mal a la comunidad latina, a la comunidad afroamericana, a la comunidad inmigrante que vive aquí en la ciudad de Nueva York. really quickly in English, I just simply wanted to add my voice to my colleagues to simply say the reason why we have a Congress is we need checks and balances. We need to send a gentleman like this who has been the check to the president, who's done such bad things to our community, to the immigrant community, to the African American community, from the nonsense that's coming out of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Not only do we need to continue to send this man to Washington, we need to make sure that we send him with the Democratic majority so we continue to check what this nonsense that's coming out of the president. So I'm proud to stand with my colleague, Congressman Espaillat, of his re-endorsement, and I want to make sure that he stands and he becomes the chair of a committee very soon. Thank you.
Now help me welcome Council Member Mark Levine.
Yes, all right, well, I am so honored to be part of this incredibly diverse coalition. People from all backgrounds and all walks of life across northern Manhattan and the Bronx to celebrate this great man sitting next to me, Adriano Espaillat, who made history for us, who's made us proud, who's brought our great diverse district together. And he has continued the tradition of this district of making history, of sending great warriors to Washington. We did it with Adam Clayton Powell, and ladies and gentlemen, we did it with the great Charles Rangel. A giant of American politics, whose heroic life story is the stuff of novels, and he has continued to inspire me and Americans of all backgrounds across this district and across this country and beyond. What an incredible image here. One giant of American history standing next to one of the great leaders of our future. I am so proud to introduce the one, the only, the Congressman for life, Charles Rangel.
I think I'll go outside and let you reintroduce me.
You like that, huh? All right.
I have to first say that I am probably one of the happiest and luckiest human beings in the world. And I owe it to all of the people like you who tolerated, but most importantly, supported me, not only the 46 historic years in the Congress, but the 4 years in the Assembly, years as a federal prosecutor. And quite frankly, I could not think of any time that I should have left Congress at the time that I did leave. It wasn't planned that way, but God is good. And I say that as I wish Adriano not only all of the luck and good wishes, but a time that our great country is going through this dramatic, immoral period historically. It's the strong districts like ours that must not just fight back, but to provide the leadership in the fight to let us know what America really stands for. What makes our district so great? You can really find out by just looking in front of you, the sides of you, behind you. We represent what the drafters of the Constitution never even dreamt about, but they never knew that we indeed would be the leaders of the entire democratic surging people in the world. And so it's just not important enough for us to politically endorse. But I can confess and admit to you that the economic and political successes that we've had is because we had a congressional district that nobody was able to divide. No mayors, no governors, and no presidents. And there are some people that are not politically ready to accept change. But I have the confidence that given the opportunity, that they too will learn that they cannot do all that they would want to do, nor can our congressional district or country, unless we come together, work together, and fight together to make certain that we walk strongly and united together. And so, when you said you were going to bring us together, I had no idea. That you were bringing Cinco de Mayo and this lovely but small cafe. But you have the history of showing that what you can do with what you got to work with, and you've yet to have the opportunity to show where we're going as a country from here. But the first thing that we have to do is to make certain that when Charlie Rangel had this problem, and I went to Washington, some of you may remember he was called Nixon. So I got myself together and I impeached him. Now I'm not saying...
We can talk about that too.
But the truth of the matter is that we need unity. You see it here today, and we have to work to make certain that it's stronger for us to succeed. Congratulations. Like tengo mucho éxito.
Thank you, Congressman. I want to thank all the district leaders. Raise your hands, the district leaders that are here. All right, look at that. Those are the folks that do the work on the ground for us. I want to thank you for your support. The community leaders like Carmen Quiñones, Maria Cruz, where are the others? Jackie Rhode Adams, all of you that are here today. I know I'm going to forget something. My chief of staff is already saying the name. But, but everybody, you know who you are. You know who you are. You're special to us, And so we want to thank you for being here today. This is so true. Never before in the history of this nation, perhaps, there's a more urgent need to come together than now. And our district is very diverse. It is a very diverse district. It stretches all the way up to Gun Hill Road in the Northwest Bronx. And it's got many communities from all over the world. They come from all over the world. So we have to have the ability to come to, yes, we will disagree, but we have to come together for the things that are important. And let me share something with you that I never shared before. I always have something special to share. Well, these guys want something new, every day. Let me say this to you. When my late father passed away, Congressman Rangel, he may not remember this, but he was there for me and my family in a very special way. He was a gentleman. Always has been. When I lost a nephew to the opiated drug crisis before it became popular, over a decade ago, I lost a young nephew. Congressman Rangel was there for me and my family. So when I ran against Congressman Rangel, I had trouble at home. You may not know this. But I come from a family that's very grateful to people that do these kinds of things. And so when I got home and I told my mom that I was going to run against Charlie Rangel, she says, "Why are you doing that for? He's been such a nice man to our family." And they just kept on hitting me every time I got home. They didn't understand the dynamic. Now maybe they understand it a little bit better. But they were always grateful to Congressman Rangel. And my brother and my sister who lost a son, everybody kept on asking me, he was such a nice man, such a gentle soul to us in a very trying time, in a very difficult time for our family. I still have the letter that he sent me when I lost my nephew. Right? I still keep it. Amen. And so I wanted to say that to you, Congressman Rangel, because in the heat of the moment and the battle, I know that maybe these exchanges did not occur. But I wanted to tell you on behalf of my family and myself that we are very grateful to you and the sensitivity that you showed to me. And I know that if you showed it to me, you showed it to everybody in the district. And so I know that the races were tough, and some of them may call them bare knuckle, but there was some love in here all the time. There was never a doubt about that. And so I'm happy that you are here to support me today, because we need this kind of unity. That's right. And this is the line for Lenox Avenue. And if you stand next to the line, you will never be defeated. You will never be defeated if you stand next to the line. So now that we cross these difficult times in our nation, ahora que nosotros cruzamos estos tiempos tan difíciles en nuestra nación, es importante que nos unamos todos, todo el mundo. Aquí está, por ejemplo, la nueva concejal, Diana Ayala. Yo le voy a extender la palabra cuando termine, porque no quiero que se me quede nadie afuera, particularmente alguien como ella que acaba de ser electa. Y el congresista Rangel, que viene de Harlem, que es el símbolo de Harlem. He is the symbol of Harlem. Diana Ayala, who's a new leader in El Barrio, the cradle of the Puerto Rican experience, the pioneers that gave us Dominicans the ability to move forward. Right? The young Dominican leadership of Victor Pichardo, who's in the Bronx, in a new part of the district, with a lot of vision and strength and opportunity and building so much for the people there. The wisdom of Inez Dinkins, who's someone that has been also there for us so many times. And the linguistic skills of the trilingual Mark Levine, who speaks Spanish, English, and Yiddish. And so all of us, and of course, where's Al Taylor, the pastor soul of Al Taylor. And of course, also our good friend Gustavo Rivera and Bill Perkins, who came in at a special time for me during the election. All of us together cannot be defeated. Nosotros juntos no podemos ser derrotados. Y lo necesitamos a todos, a cada uno de nosotros. Vamos sí tener diferencias, pero las diferencias deben ser pequeñas, porque para los temas grandes tenemos que tener la disciplina de unificarnos, de estar juntos. For housing, we have to come together. We just saw how the federal government proposed a 35% of the unadjusted gross income hike for people in public housing. We gotta come together. For a lack of funding for education, we gotta come together. When they hit our healthcare system, we have to come together. When immigrants are being deported, they're being pulled out of churches and emergency rooms in schools, and they're being roughed against even unaccompanied minors that are crossing the border to save their own lives. We gotta come together. Tenemos que unirnos también para todos esos temas de gran importancia. Cada uno de ellos, de mucha importancia. Por eso para mí es un gran honor de estar aquí con el león de Lenox Avenue, el símbolo de Harlem, un hombre ícono del Partido Demócrata que sigue siendo una voz de razonamiento y de liderazgo, el congresista Charles Rangel. Y ahora vamos a escuchar de nuestra concejal.
Bendito sea Dios, eso no se le hace a nadie. To have to come in after that, that's awful. You don't do that to anybody. But I just wanted to say one welcome to El Barrio again. This is my first endorsement. I'm really excited about it, but I do it with so much love and so much gratitude, because when we talk about East Harlem and the South Bronx, which I represent, we're talking about, one of the largest public housing stocks. It's underfunded. We're talking about rapid gun violence. We're talking about immigration issues. These are issues that I know that my congressman is out there fighting for every single day, and I am more than happy to endorse it. I wish I could endorse you 10 times over. You deserve it, because you have been out there working hard since you were elected to Congress, and I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to have you here as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. I want to finally, that crowd that you see outside, they were supposed to be in here. No? I want to thank a good friend, and ever since I met him, he told me, Espaillat, I'm with you. And he has kept his word every step of the way. and he has been a great help to me as I navigate Harlem and East Harlem, and you know, these are new districts in my district that I represent now. I represented Washington Heights and the West Side for many years, but these are new neighborhoods. And so Lloyd Williams, where's Lloyd Williams? Where's Lloyd? Thank you, Lloyd. We love you. We love you. I want to thank you, Lloyd. And once again, let's stay together. Let's stay strong. God bless you and keep the faith. Thank you.
Here it is. Thanks for your friendship over the years. You look just like you were when you were a kid on the West Side.
I guess I Medicare eligibility next
para mí
week.
esto es algo extraordinario, tener a tantos oficiales electos de diferentes etnias, grupos raciales de diferentes distritos a través del distrito 13, de diferentes vecindarios apoyarnos. Los demócratas tenemos que unirnos este año para coger la mayoría de la Cámara de Representantes y poder tener un impacto determinante en la política pública y fiscal de esta nación.
Congresista, ¿cómo se siente usted que todos los oficiales electos, incluso Charles Rangel, han venido a apoyarle a usted en esta actividad?
Bueno, para mí es un privilegio tener al león de Lenox Avenue, al gran Charles Rangel, apoyándonos, y a tantos oficiales electos de diferentes vecindarios de aquí del distrito 13. Tenemos que unirnos este año todos los demócratas para asegurar que contemos con una mayoría en la Cámara de Representantes y así poder trazar pautas y leyes fiscales y también política pública.
Cuando un líder es un líder nato, es un líder consolidador, un líder que lleva la armonía y la unificación en todas las comunidades, hoy este es el fruto cosechado.
Bueno, de nuevo es un privilegio. Hemos trabajado fuertemente para unir todas las voluntades a través de Harlem, del barrio, del Alto Manhattan, del Bronx, de todos los distritos, de todos los distritos.
Estamos viendo en este momento que todo el mundo está emocionado, Adriano. No cabe un mandado en esta actividad. Hoy Nueva York entero está aquí apoyándote.
Bueno, como dije anteriormente, es importante contar con la voluntad política de todo el distrito, de todos los vecindarios, del Bronx, del barrio, de Harlem, del Alto Manhattan, Washington Heights, Marble Hill, Hamilton Heights, el noroeste del Bronx. Estos son todos los vecindarios del distrito y aquí están todos sus representantes, incluyendo los district líderes locales como son Manny de los Santos, que fue coordinador, que es el coordinador de mi campaña, y Norma Campuzano. Así que le doy las gracias a todos ustedes este año de coger la mayoría en el Congreso para así poder aprobar leyes que beneficien fiscalmente y en términos de la política pública a nuestra comunidad.
Cuando un líder es un hombre bueno, cuando es un hombre sano, hoy los oficiales electos y la comunidad lo apoya, y hay Adriano por muchos ratos. Llévatelo, papá.
Adriano, ¿cómo recibe este endoso de tantos líderes?
Bueno, ya yo realmente pude captar la nominación del Partido Demócrata porque no hay contrincante, así que vamos hacia noviembre, las elecciones generales, y aquí se unen todos los demócratas, incluyendo al ex congresista Rangel, para decir que tenemos que estar juntos y captar la mayoría en la Cámara de Representantes de Washington, para así estar posicionados de combatir por una mejor tajada del fisco, del presupuesto, y también influenciar la política pública que afecta a cada uno de mis constituyentes.
¿Tiene una simpatía tuya de los aspirantes a la senaduría?
Bueno, a nivel local, hay varios distritos senatoriales. Yo estoy viendo realmente lo que sucede, quiénes son los nominados del Partido Demócrata, y después entonces naturalmente tomaré una decisión hacia noviembre.
¿Qué crees sobre China, Taiwán y Dominicano?
Bueno, ya yo di mis declaraciones. Yo creo que realmente China ha adoptado un modelo cuestionable a través del mundo. Se ha convertido como una paria de la economía mundial, imponiendo, por ejemplo, prácticas muy cuestionables, como es la manipulación de la moneda, violentar los derechos intelectuales de cualquier producto, el fraude, préstamos cuestionables a países. Entonces, realmente exportar ese tipo de modelo a un país como la República Dominicana, que ha tenido un nivel de crecimiento sólido de 5 a 7% al año, yo creo que es arriesgado. Además que la República Dominicana es uno de los aliados más fuertes de los Estados Unidos. O sea, las remesas no vienen de Pekín, vienen de aquí, de los Estados Unidos. Los turistas no vienen de Shanghai, vienen de la costa noroeste de este hemisferio. Y naturalmente las inversiones, gran número de inversiones que van hacia el país, vienen de aquí de los Estados Unidos. Entonces, son donaciones hermanas y esa fraternidad no se debe violentar.
Y quizás esos millones en una campaña es un problema, ¿verdad?
No, yo no hablaría de eso porque no tengo ninguna evidencia que pueda señalar cualquier cosa indebida. Simplemente creo que China tiene que ajustar sus prácticas económicas que son en muchas partes del mundo sancionadas y en la gran mayoría del mundo cuestionadas.
Muchas gracias.
Es muy duro. Adriano. Vamos arriba. Es el número 1 de este negocito.